And I'm talking to Lee Levitt today from Kenley Glazing. Hi, Lee.
Hi Emma, thank you for, for this opportunity.
It's really nice to speak to you. So, Lee runs a local business, double glazing. Yeah.
Glazing and all sorts of window repairs, yeah, including stained glass.
So, stained glass. So that's what you specialise in,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And do you do that just locally in the Berkshire area?
Normally, primarily, it's just local.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And is it you and is it your dad that you run that with?
yeah. My dad's called Ken, hence Kenley Glazing, and my wife Lisa does the social media.
Oh, brilliant. So it's a real family
Yeah,
run business.
yeah.
And how long have you been doing your Kenley glazing?
Dad set it up in 1988,
Yeah.
and I come on board in 1994.
Okay.
So quite a while, 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
really well known company.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. Seem get a lot of people from years ago still getting in touch and stuff, so it's good.
Yeah.
And I've still got the same phone number, which helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's good for reputation, local reputation, and people know you. So let's talk a little bit about you as well. So you have speech impairment, stammer,
Yep.
and how has that sort of impacted or affected or not affected your daily life, business?
With terms of business, I used to make excuses why an email would seem more professional than a phone call or anything else, but of course it wasn't more professional. It's just because I wanted to avoid the phone,
Yeah,
really.
which
And,
is understandable.
and yeah,
And a lot of people do avoid making phone calls anyway. I don't enjoy it doing what I do. Some people say, "Oh, why don't you do, you know, follow-up phone calls and things?" So it's quite a scary thing anyway for some people. But if you have speech impediments, is that the right term?
speech impairment, stutter, stammer,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
all the same. And the funny thing with an email, when they don't respond, you've got to ring them anyway to see if they've got it. So you might as well have rung them in the first place.
So talking to you now, it doesn't seem bad at all. You're
Thank you.
quite you're flowing quite well. Has it always been like that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
There was depends on the situation and the nerves that are in that situation. It could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, to the point where I'd be just open mouthed and looking for the exit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, since I've been working on my speech and making it more of a priority, things seems to be working a lot better.
Have you always had it? Were you born with it?
Yeah, well, ever since I could speak, probably from about 4 or 5,
Yeah.
I've struggled with it.
Yeah.
I think it got progressively worse the older I got, because the older you get, the better you want to sound. You put more pressure on yourself, and it just gets worse for
Right.
me.
So the more pressure you put on yourself, the harder it is
Yeah,
to get the words out.
and the thing for a stutterer, the main objective is to not let your listener know that you're someone with a stutter. And the more you try and hide it, the worse it gets. You might get away with it for a while using your old tricks like pointing at things and
So in terms of with communication, and even today we are podcasting and I'm videoing it as well. So there's two different uh, ways of listening or watching, and the same with being on the phone or talking to somebody face to face. So how does that differ? So if you're talking to somebody on the phone, do you get more judgment, or is there gaps and they put the phone down because they think there's nobody there?
I think the phone, you get, if there is judgment, it's normally, if you're speaking to someone face to face, you'll see the look of confusion or laughter. But on the phone, one thing, you can't see it.
Yeah.
So you might think or hear something, but you can't see it, and that's seeing it for me is what I wanted to avoid. And also, we used to avoid eye contact.
Yeah.
So if they were laughing at me, I couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the classic. I mean, as a child, it must be really hard because kids are cruel, aren't they?
Yeah,
They just laugh at each other, and then that's going to stem into adulthood.
yeah,
But then you've got the adults doing it as well.
yeah. And I think they're less likely to laugh if you are looking at them. It's bizarre.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
putting them on the spot there,
yeah,
aren't
yeah.
you? So
Go
you're
on.
looking at them. Yeah, dare you.
Yeah.
So do you get any other judgment? Do people kind of wonder what it is? Is it, do they question what's wrong with you? Do they think that you've been drinking? Do they think that you've had a stroke? Do they, do you think all these things go on in their minds?
A couple of things. Sometimes when I was asked my name, I might go Lee to roll onto it, and they say, "Oh, did you forget?" and this sort
Right.
of thing. And yeah,
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 yeah. So the problem's more with other people, isn't it? So whether they're just impatient and they want an
yeah.
answer, or they just don't understand what's going on.
And the other thing is, I think people understand a stutter, the old school, buh, 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 buh. But we, as the years go by, try and create tricks and avoidances to overcome these. So that's what might look odd to people, like the the leg slapping and the twitching to try and get a word out. That's what I think looks odd. Because I think people understand stuttering, but it's the tricks we
Right.
learn along the way, and tricks work for a short time. Mine was erring onto a word. What's your name? Lee. But eventually, there's more ers than there is content. That's the problem.
Yeah. But it's hard because you don't want that silence, and then you've got the pressure.
Yeah,
And then, as you say, the more pressure's on you, the more you need to get a word out, and then
yeah,
it's a vicious cycle where the words are not coming out.
yeah. And the biggest fear is being perceived as someone who stutters. It's
Mm.
something you don't, whether it's a weakness or something, but something I've learned is to be accepting about it and doing it on purpose. And I'm doing what I'm afraid of. And if I'm already doing what I'm afraid of, what is there to be afraid of? It's not always that easy, but that's
Mm.
part of the practice, if you like, that I'm doing.
There's an awful lot of mindset associated with that. Then it's all a lot of it is psychological as well, because that's got a big impact on the end
Yeah.
result.
I think at the beginning, for me, I believe that it started where, for example, I was asked my name at school, and if I got stuck on my name, the next time I was asked my name, my mind would think, oh no, I got caught on this last time. It's just, as you say, a vicious cycle.
Yeah,
Things
because
get worse.
you associate. It's like if you have a panic attack in a situation, you'll associate that situation with having a panic attack. So you'll have it
Yeah,
again the next time. 'Cause you're almost sort of bringing it on because psychologically you're associating it with that
exactly.
situation. That must be quite tough. And then, so with your clients and the people you work for, when you call them up, they're fine with it. It's never been a problem getting work.
No, no, it's never seemed to have stopped me because I think you'd like to think that people can hear past that
Yeah.
and just hopefully I could still get across that I knew what I was talking about
Yeah,
in my trade.
exactly.
But it's
And
obviously a lot nicer now that I can say everything I want rather than just picking and choosing and stuff.
so let's go back then. So you started, so what would you call it? The McGuire Programme that you've been
Yeah,
working on.
yeah,
And you mentioned it briefly to me before we went on air that it's a program that Gareth Gates has been on as well.
yeah.
So I've never heard of this. So what is it?
Basically a breathing technique and active non-avoidance. It's like with speech therapy, sometimes there's limited results because it works in the room, but they don't always address the psychological side of things. And the breathing, the costal breathing that gives us more power and assertiveness to get the words out. And then don't avoid those situations, hit them head on, and yeah, just keep pushing.
Yeah. And is there a cause for having a stammer? Do you know what causes it, or is it something that somebody else in your family has got?
I don't think there's any. I don't think no cause has been proven. I think, like I mentioned, as a young, it's a learnt habit, annoyingly, and I think you may have got caught on something as a child, and then that word sticks in your mind, and then it just grows to other words and sounds.
Right, and then it's just carried on into adulthood.
Yeah, because apparently a lot of children stutter. It's called primary stuttering, but most children grow out of it.
Yes, my daughter has it occasionally, but she has tics as well, which is something that you mentioned earlier. And she will tick, but it, it is in certain situations.
Yeah.
It's not all the time. So if she's very stressed or anxious, it's underlying.
Yeah.
We can notice that she'll be busy doing something. She could be on her iPad playing a game or something, and you can see the physical tics. And then when we talk, sometimes there is a stammer there. My husband does it as well, and he's very aware of it, but it's not all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, very strange.
Oh.
Yeah. So, how long have you been working on your speech? So, when did you start doing the McGuire Programme?
I joined the McGuire Programme in 2002, and yeah, just kept working, put a lot more work and time into it in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a good journey.
Yeah. So, is this something that you physically go and do? Do you see other people?
Yeah, there's a big network across the world now,
Yeah.
in all different countries.
Yeah.
All started from one guy, Dave McGuire, back in Amsterdam in the early 90s. It's just progressed since.
So, before you joined the McGuire Programme, so that was 2002. So, that was what, 23 years ago? So, that's quite a long time. And has it taken you this long? So, how long did it take you before the technique started to become effective?
Well, I think in a strange way, I picked the technique up quite quickly, which sounds great, but I left the course thinking, I've got this nailed. And as soon as you think that and you start not doing what you need to do, things go bad again. It's the problem. And you have got to put the work in. And I sometimes say to people, it's not the years on the program, it's the effort you've put into the years on the program. And I think you've got to be in the right place to do it, because obviously there's other priorities in your life.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes it just clicks. And yeah.
So is it something? So is it like you go along once a week, or can it be accessed online as well? If it's all over the world, things have probably evolved in that time as well, the way that it's accessed.
Yeah, they're 4-day courses.
Okay.
And yeah, during COVID, I believe they was online.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's quite hardcore. The day start at about 7:30 and go through to about 8:30, just to really drill the breathing, which is so important at the beginning.
Yeah.
And
you're starting with the basics then, so the breathing is all about that, and then
so it becomes automatic eventually. And with the technique, it's all about creating comfort zones.
Right.
Once you need the tools and the technique and the breathing to step into your feared situations. And the more you do it, whether it's a situation or a word, the more you enter them, the easier it becomes and the more of a comfort zone it becomes.
So are there certain words then you avoid or were avoiding saying?
Annoyingly for me, it was hello, hi, and excuse me.
Right.
Which,
I mean, excuse me, yeah, we can get away with avoiding that one, but the hi and the hello, yeah, they're your greeting.
Yeah.
Especially as working face to face with customers in their houses, going along saying hello, yeah.
And annoyingly, as you know, it's nothing physical, it's all mental. And I could say hi and hello sat in a room on my own 1,000 times before the program, but it's just those extra stimuli and nervousness in certain situations that make them seem impossible.
Yeah. So it's a lot. Yeah, it's very psychological. So it is that you've got the fear side. You've got so with the. I mean, I know people that do hypnotherapy, and is that something you've ever looked at, or have you just gone straight into kind of finding out about the McGuire program and just gone straight down that avenue, or is it something that is similar? So do they use similar techniques?
I was quite lucky, I think, that I did stumble across the McGuire Programme on the British Stammering Association website. I believe that's why I come across them, and yeah, just got in contact with them, probably via an email.
Yes, they're probably used to that though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then yeah, went along and yeah,
So
loved it.
whereabouts was it? So we're based in Berkshire.
Yep.
So where did you have to go?
My first course was in Bournemouth in
Okay.
October 2002.
So do they kind of have a central place like Bournemouth or wherever, and obviously around the world they'll have a central place where they'll run the courses?
Yeah, the organisers in the programme look for hotels that fit the bill. You needed like a big town centre
Yeah.
for when we go out and speak to the public.
So it's a 4-day course.
Yeah.
For how long? Or is it just 4 days?
4 days.
And then do you have to, and then is that it, or do you go back? Do you have to do it like every year, or do you go away with all the techniques?
We leave with a phone list. You've got all the, because everyone on the McGuire programme has a stutter.
Yeah.
There's no professional, if you like. And you can become coaches and course instructors. You can work your way up within the programme. You leave with a phone list. So you've got all the names of the coaches and their phone numbers, obviously. And you also get assigned what we call a primary coach, which is your first port of call. Ring them as often as you need to.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And
there's support groups that you can attend and refresher weekends. And
I was going to say, because that was a long time ago, so maybe you might want to go back and just redo it again or do a refresher.
yeah.
And it might be accessed online as well if you don't want to travel in this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, you mentioned Gareth Gates has done it. So, can we name drop anybody else? Do you know any other celebrities or famous people that may have done this?
I know one guy from Wet Wet Wet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Also.
So it's quite a common thing then. Well, it's more common than we realise.
Yeah, and you get covert stutterers and overt stutterers. Coverts are very clever. They can hide it.
Oh.
They know what words to avoid.
Yeah.
And they manage to, if you like, get by.
Yeah.
But they've got a lot going on in their mind. They know this panic. Oh, what word can I swap? And although you can't see it, it's like the iceberg. There's loads going on that you can't see.
That must be quite exhausting as well, because you're spending your whole life just avoiding situations or avoiding saying those words rather than addressing the problem. And although it works for them, it must be quite an exhausting thing.
Yeah, and you overthink things, like if you're going to a drive-through, biggest nightmare.
Yeah.
You'd make an excuse. Let's go in.
Yeah.
Let's park up and go in.
Because you've got more pressure. Because if you are in a situation where you have to, I mean, I have this thing, like especially with phone calls and AI at the moment. I might get somebody that will ring me up and it's a bot. And you know there's a delay, don't you? Or if it's a call centre abroad and there's a delay, I hang up because I know what it is.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that where somebody just thinks there's nobody there, or it's some kind of AI, or it's a call centre?
Thankfully, no. Thankfully, that's not happened to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not. You're aware that you sound different, or like if there's like seconds of nothing, they might say hello a few times. You're there struggling to get the word out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which can be frustrating.
I know that also, so I run networking events and you've turned up to some, and the one thing that I do is I will ask everyone to just introduce themselves, and you've spoken to me beforehand and said, you know, I'm quite happy to do that. And I remember the last one that we did, and before it got to you, somebody didn't know, you just looked at me as this kind of, everything all right, because there was a delay. And then once you started talking, it was like, get it now.
Yeah.
So you might get that. And I think with education and things, adults are now realizing, you know, it's not always black and white with people. Yeah.
And sometimes it's almost like the honesty thing. You want to set the scene.
Yeah.
Longer pause, maybe do it on purpose.
Yeah.
People are might look round, but it sort of calms you down, and you can then get on with it.
It's quite good though, because all eyes are on you and they're listening to what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's more energy for you. So
Yeah.
people are focusing, and that's good as well, because they're like, right, you know, we're interested in who you are and what you're trying to let us know.
And it's nice being in that world of public speaking, because it's somewhere I shouldn't be.
Or you feel that you shouldn't be, but why not?
And the technique promotes pausing, and so does good public speaking. So you kind of know that, and it's like a confidence boost there. You think, I'm pausing because I need to, but it sounds like I'm good at public speaking.
That is true. That is true, because it is very, it's very professional, because that's how you're taught. I pause a lot, and that's because I'm trying to think of what I'm going to say next or whatever. But it does, and people will then listen, and it's clear. So it's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, and on it, we try and promote not just speaking without a stutter, it's eloquent speech as well, and it's often referred to as beyond stuttering, because Dave McGuire wrote a book called Beyond Stuttering.
Oh, right.
So it's not just, I suppose, playing to win, not just playing not to lose.
Yeah.
So
do you know anybody else, apart from the people that you've come across on the programme, do you know anybody else that has got the stutter?
No, not really.
No.
No, it's bizarre. As I say, I'm sure I do know. I have come across people, and bizarrely, the last one, I said, "Oh, you're like me," and he said, "Yeah, you're on the McGuire Programme as well, aren't you?"
Oh, interesting.
So that was quite.
So
amusing.
I've never heard of this, but obviously, if you're part of the, so what? Just remind me. Did you say it was the Stammering Association?
Yeah, the BSA, British Stammering Association,
Okay.
have got, because obviously there are other treatments, if that's the right word, out there.
Oh, right.
But that's what I plunked for. And
so what other treatments or techniques or programs are there? Do you know?
There are other programs. I don't know the names of them.
No.
And then like speech therapy and stuff go for soft contact and this sort of thing, whereas the McGuire program goes for, if you like, assertiveness, because stuttering is the art of holding back.
Yeah.
And if you're assertive, you're trying to counteract holding back.
And I mentioned earlier sort of hypnotherapy, as in a sort of a mindset. Do you have to work on that a lot then? Sort of the associations, the mindset, that must be a big thing, not just the techniques of breathing, but also the psychological stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like with anything, like positive self-talk, if you like, is good, but I think you've also got to believe it. And the point of going out and speaking to as many people as you can, getting into the uncomfortable situations as often as you can, proves to yourself that you can do it, and you believe that you can do it. And it's about replacing the old memories with positive new ones.
Yeah.
Like in any walk of life, I suppose.
But yeah. So if anyone's listening and they have got a stammer, you really recommend the McGuire Programme?
100%.
Yeah. Because just chatting to you, wouldn't know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You obviously make me very comfortable. But yeah, we've spoken before, and just It's about creating them comfort zones.
It is, and we discussed before about podcasting. It's like it's not a live thing, so the pressure's off. But you've done live radio before, and you've been fine with that, haven't you?
Thoroughly enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's never been an issue.
Not more recently. It's
Yeah.
not something I would ever have considered
Beforehand.
before.
Yeah.
It would have been a very quiet radio show if I was on it.
And before you did the McGuire, so you were already running the business with your dad before you did the program. Have you noticed a difference in terms of like business and working with, speaking to clients and customers?
Absolutely. My father's semi-retired.
Yeah.
And he's just in the workshop now.
Yeah.
And it means that I've got to make the phone calls, which I used to try and avoid.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. And yeah, the most challenging ones are the phone calls you miss. Yeah. Because when you phone them back, there's an element of a cold call. You've got a little speech before they know who you are.
Yeah.
And that can build up lots of nerves.
Yeah. And that's the pressure. I mean, and I mentioned earlier, it can be nerve-wracking anyway for somebody who's not keen on making phone calls, but you've got the added pressure then, haven't you?
Yeah. And that's when I speak to people that have got a stutter, we're amazed that people without a stutter find anything like that nerve-wracking at all. But of course, everyone does.
Yeah. I think the one thing is that we've all got our own things that we, going into situations, whether it's making a phone call, standing up, addressing a room, most of us, not everybody, but most of us find that quite nerve-wracking anyway, for whatever reason, whether it's I'm going to say the wrong thing. So I think that's another thing. It's like that kind of, all right, it's all right.
Yeah, I've got this.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely all about mindset, definitely all about building that network around you. Yeah. And not being afraid.
Building up them comfort zones.
Yeah.
And replacing them negative memories for positive ones.
That's a brilliant note to end on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for speaking to me today, Lee.
Thank you for having me.